Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering when you'll ever sleep through the night again? Maybe you've even thought, is this just what happens after 60? Well, let me tell you, it doesn't have to be this way. Hi there, I'm your name, and if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're ready to reclaim those peaceful nights you remember from years past. The kind of sleep where you drift off easily, stay asleep until morning, and wake up feeling like you again. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I've tried everything. And trust me, I've been there too. A few years back, I went through a phase where I'd lie awake for hours, worrying about everything from my grocery list to whether I'd left the stove on. My energy plummeted, my mood felt like a roller coaster, and I started to wonder if this was just normal. But here's the thing I learned: sleep isn't a luxury as we age, it's a lifeline. It's how our bodies repair muscles, sharpen our minds, and even protect our hearts. And the good news? With a few simple tweaks to your evening routine, you can fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Today, we're diving into 5 bedtime rituals that sleep specialists swear by, habits that don't require fancy gadgets or drastic changes. Just small, intentional shifts that add up to big results. Let's start with the first 2, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll have tools you can try tonight to finally get the rest you deserve. Let's talk about your final hour before bed. Are you scrolling through your phone? Watching the evening news? Or maybe finishing up a crossword under bright lights? Here's the problem: our brains are like vintage cars, they need time to cool down before they can shut off. And nothing keeps that engine revving like screens or harsh lighting. Dr. Emily Carter, a sleep researcher at Stanford, explains that the blue light from TVs and phones tricks our brains into thinking it's daytime, slashing melatonin production, the hormone that tells us it's time to sleep. But here's the fix: create a screen-free sanctuary for that last hour. Instead of scrolling, try dimming the lights and reaching for a paperback book. Not a thriller, though, something calming, like a memoir or a book of poetry. Take my friend Harold, for example. He used to fall asleep with the TV blaring, only to wake up groggy and irritable. When he switched to reading a physical book, he's been working through a biography of Winston Churchill. He told me, "I'm asleep before I even hit page 3. Now, if you're not a reader, don't worry, this ritual is about calm, not literature. Try knitting, gentle stretching, or even sitting outside for a few minutes to listen to the evening sounds. The key is to signal to your body, hey, it's time to shift gears. Now, let's talk about your sleep environment. Did you know your bedroom temperature can be the difference between tossing all night and sinking into deep, restorative sleep? Studies show that seniors often sleep best when the room is between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, cool enough to help your core temperature drop, which is essential for triggering sleep. But here's a mistake many of us make: we pile on heavy blankets to stay warm, which can actually overheat us. Instead, try layering lighter blankets and keeping your room cool. If you're on a budget, no need for a smart thermostat, just crack a window or use a fan. And let's not forget darkness. Even a tiny bit of light from a hallway or alarm clock can disrupt your sleep cycle. Margaret, a viewer from Arizona, shared that she started using blackout curtains and a sleep mask, and within a week, her 2 a.m. wake-up stopped. She said, "I feel like I'm sleeping in a cozy cave." Now, if a mask feels too strange, start small. Turn your alarm clock away from you and cover any blinking LED lights with tape. Your brain will thank you. Now, Harold and Margaret's stories show just how powerful these first 2 rituals can be. But what if I told you the next habit we're about to explore is the secret weapon for turning restless nights into restful ones? It's all about pauses, smiling. Well, let's save that for part 2. For now, try dimming those lights tonight and setting your thermostat a degree or 2 lower. And when you're ready, join me as we uncover habit number 3, the one that's helped countless seniors finally wake up feeling refreshed. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Welcome back, friends. Now, if you've tried dimming the lights and cooling down your room like we talked about last time, you might already be feeling a tiny shift in how you drift off. But here's the truth: the magic happens when these rituals work together. Think of them like ingredients in your grandma's famous soup. Each one adds its own flavor, but it's the combination that makes it unforgettable. So let's dive into habit number 3, which I like to call the golden hour sip. And no, I'm not talking about a nightcap, though I know some of you might be raising an eyebrow right now. Host chuckles, lifting the mug. This is all about what you drink, and when, in those critical hours before bed. Now, hydration is important, especially as we age. But here's the catch: drinking too much too close to bedtime can send you sprinting to the bathroom at 2 a.m. On the flip side, dehydration can lead to leg cramps or dry mouth that jolts you awake. So what's the sweet spot? Sleep experts recommend sipping a small cup of something warm and caffeine-free about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Why? Warm liquids gently raise your core temperature, and as that heat dissipates, it mimics the natural drop in body temperature that helps you fall asleep. But here's the key: timing it early enough so your body has time to process it. My go-to is chamomile tea with a teaspoon of raw honey. Chamomile has apigenin, a compound that binds to the same brain receptors as sleep medications, but gently, naturally. And honey? A little glucose helps stabilize blood sugar, which can prevent those midnight wake-ups. Let me tell you about Doris, a viewer from Florida. She used to drink a big glass of water right before bed to take her medications, only to wake up multiple times. When she switched to a small cup of decaf peppermint tea 90 minutes before bed and moved her medication to dinner, she told me, "I'm down to one bathroom trip a night, and sometimes, none." Now, if tea isn't your thing, try warm milk with a dash of cinnamon or even a golden milk latte with turmeric. The goal isn't the drink itself, it's creating a mindful, calming ritual that says, the day is done. Alright, let's talk about the biggest sleep thief after 60, the midnight mental parade. You know the one, where your brain suddenly remembers every unpaid bill, every awkward thing you said in 1987, and whether you unplugged the iron. Am I right? Host raises an eyebrow, smiling knowingly. Here's the thing: stress and sleep are sworn enemies. When cortisol spikes at night, it's like pouring gasoline on a campfire. But habit number 4 is your fire extinguisher. I call it the 10-minute mind detox, and it's simpler than you think. About 30 minutes before bed, grab a notebook, nothing fancy, a dollar store pad works, and write down 2 things. Worries: jot down anything nagging at you. Literally tell your brain, I see you, I'll handle you tomorrow. Wins: list 1 or 2 small victories from the day. Maybe you walked an extra block, finally fixed that leaky faucet, or laughed at a grandkid's joke. This isn't just feel-good advice, it's neuroscience. Studies show that writing down worries reduces their emotional charge, while focusing on positives boosts serotonin, the calm and happy hormone. Take Frank, a retired teacher from Ohio. He told me his mind used to race with regrets about his career, his health, you name it. Then he started this 10-minute detox. At first, he said, I felt silly writing about fixing my porch screen. But within a week, I'm sleeping through the night for the first time in years. It's like my brain finally trusts me to handle things tomorrow. And if writing isn't your style, try a mental download by talking to a photo of a loved one, a pet, or even a houseplant. The act of externalizing those thoughts is what matters. Now, Doris and Frank prove that small changes can lead to big breakthroughs. But what if I told you the final habit we'll explore in part 3 is the glue that holds all of these together? It's the ritual that turns your bedroom into a sanctuary and your nights into a true reset, not just for your body, but for your soul. Until then, try the golden hour sip tonight, brew that tea a little earlier, maybe pair it with a few notes in a journal. And when you're ready, join me for the grand finale of our 5 rituals. Trust me, this last one might just become your favorite. You know, when we started this journey together, I promised you 5 simple rituals to help you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling renewed. And if you've been trying even 1 or 2 of these habits, the screen-free wind down, the cool bedroom, that golden hour tea, you might already be noticing something beautiful happening. Maybe you're waking up with less stiffness, or finding it easier to recall names, or simply feeling like you have more patience for life's little joys. But here's the secret I've learned after years of talking to sleep specialists and hundreds of seniors just like you: the most powerful sleep remedy isn't found in a pill bottle or a fancy mattress. It's something you carry with you every single day: your breath, your body, and that incredible mind of yours. And that brings us to our final ritual, the one that ties all the others together in the gentlest, most profound way. Picture this: you've done everything right tonight. The tea's been sipped, the lights are dim, you've tucked your worries into that notebook. But as you climb into bed, your heart's still racing just a little. Maybe it's the news you heard earlier, or that conversation with your son that didn't go quite as planned. This is where habit number 5 works its magic. Here's what sleep doctors want every senior to know: your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. And there's one pattern that signals safety to your entire body. It's called the 4-7-8 method, and it's simpler than tying your shoes. Try it with me right now. Sit comfortably and place one hand on your belly. Breathe in quietly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold that breath for 7 counts. Exhale slowly through pursed lips for 8 counts. That's it. Just 3 rounds of this before bed can lower your blood pressure, quiet mental chatter, and activate what scientists call the rest and digest response. Dr. Andrew Wall calls it a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system. Now, I know what some of you are thinking: counting breaths. That'll never work for me. That's exactly what my neighbor Clara said when I first suggested it. At 78, she tried every sleep remedy under the sun. But after 1 week of pairing this with her new cooling blanket, that's habit number 2, she knocked on my door at 7 a.m. with fresh-baked muffins, just to tell me I slept through the night for the first time since my husband passed. I forgot what real rest felt like. The beauty of this ritual? You can do it anywhere: in bed, in your favorite chair, even during those frustrating 3 a.m. wake-ups. It's your portable sleep aid, always available, completely free. Weaving it all together. Now, let's take a quiet moment to see how these 5 rituals dance together. That screen-free hour, habit number 1, prepares your mind. The cool, dark room, habit number 2, prepares your body. The golden hour sip, habit number 3, stabilizes your chemistry. The mind detox, habit number 4, soothes your emotions. And now, this moonlight breath, habit number 5, harmonizes them all. It's not about perfection. Some nights you'll forget the tea or skip the journal. That's okay. Even 1 or 2 of these habits can start shifting your sleep in the right direction. The key is consistency, not rigidity. Like my grandma used to say while tending her roses, little and often makes much. Closing thoughts and call to action. Before we say goodnight, I want to leave you with this: better sleep after 60 isn't just about avoiding groggy mornings. It's about reclaiming the energy to tend your garden, play with your grandkids, or finally take that painting class. It's about waking up excited for the day instead of enduring it. So tonight, try just one new thing: maybe the 4-7-8 breath as you settle in, or moving your evening tea a bit earlier. Then come back and tell me in the comments, what small change made the biggest difference for you? Your story could be the exact encouragement someone else needs to begin their own journey to better rest. If this video helped you, pay it forward, hit that like button, share it with a friend who's been struggling with sleep, and consider subscribing for more senior-friendly wellness tips. After all, we're in this together. From my home to yours, here's to peaceful nights and vibrant mornings. Sweet dreams, my friends, you've earned them.